Listen, in this life, there are no guarantees, but there are some words to live by. Some of those words are, if you're a goaltender, tend the goal. And some other words are, Kyle Dubas loves his guys. No one loves their guys more than Kyle Dubas. Adam Wilde tweeted that Kyle Dubas has a brand and it's stronger than Nike. That guy loves his guys. The Toronto Maple Leafs trade Nick Robertson to the Pittsburgh Penguins for a 4th round pick. Now, Leaf fans, our end of this is very simple. We don't have Nick Robertson anymore. A weak forward group gets weaker, which to me doesn't say that the group is going to stay weak forever. To me, what it says is their intention is, instead of re-signing Nick Robertson to, I imagine, in the neighborhood of 2.5, but prices are going up, could be as high as $3 million. They're going to go out and they're going to spend it on someone else in free agency. They get a 4th round pick. It's a 4th round pick. It's better than a punch in the nose, I guess. It doesn't help you now, though. Maybe you can go out and spend it in a trade. Maybe that's one of the picks you give to Columbus for Zach Werenski. Maybe the 4th round pick is what finally gets that thing over the line. More realistically, this is a player who wanted out, and we know he wanted out. He asked for a trade. And this is the Pittsburgh Penguins and Kyle Dubas just getting a guy. One of his guys. Now, I can tell you, probably even without jump cuts, the entire history of Nick Robertson with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it's actually it's depressing, and I'm sad about the way that it went, because that pick, 53rd overall in 2019, should have been a banger. I was there at this draft in Vancouver in 2019. And when Nick Robertson was picked, the nerds, they were alight with glee. In his draft year with the Peterborough Petes, in 54 games, he had 27 goals, 55 points. The next season, in fewer games, he had 55 goals. Nick Robertson was a killer. He was unbelievable in the OHL. 46 games, 55 goals, add to that 31 assists, 86 points. Why did he only play 46 games? COVID. Bloody, stupid COVID. It affected all of us, and it definitely affected his development. The Peterborough Petes should have been absolutely ripping teams to shreds in the OHL playoffs. That never ended up happening. And Robertson, I believe the youngest player selected in the 2019 draft class, should have been eligible for another year in junior. Do you understand? This guy was on pace for over 70 goals in the OHL, and he should have been eligible for more. But instead, he was one of the major junior players who was stuck in no man's land and got the opportunity to play in the AHL. And in the Leafs case, they even had him play in the bubble playoffs against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Several significant injuries and the world stopping stifled his development. And now you have a super talented but deeply flawed player in Nick Robertson. He's 5'9", 180 pounds. That's not really the flaw, because that didn't prevent him from scoring goals in junior, in the AHL, or even in the NHL. That is not what stops him from being one of the most tenacious players on the ice any given night. He works hard. You are not going to get any nights where Nick Robertson doesn't give you his all. He is going to lay hits. He actually developed a bit of an edge this season, and he gets crushed so much. Oh my God, this guy gets crushed. I don't know how much longevity his NHL career is going to have on account of he gets crushed so much, but he is not afraid to get crushed. Deeply, 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 badly a defensive liability at 5-on-5. There were so many nights where he was so bad and the puck was in his end. If Nick Robertson has an opportunity in the offensive zone, he's going to get free. Someone's going to get him the puck, and he's going to vaporize the thing. I put his shot up there against anybody's, legitimately anybody's in the NHL. Wrister, one-timer, slap shot, anything. But he spends so much time chasing the puck around his own end that he hasn't gotten the opportunity. Oh, well, you know, what if you put him on the top line or on the second line? You can't have players who spend most of their shift chasing the puck around in that role. And that is Dan Muse and Kyle Dubas and the Pittsburgh Penguins' job now to put Nick Robertson in a position to succeed. He's gotten more goals in every season he's played. He had 14, then he had 15, then he had 16, but it's actually fewer goals per game because it was 14 in 56 games, 15 in 69 games, and 16 in 78 games. He did put up a career high 32 points because he had more assists, and he doesn't take many penalties himself. He only had 10 penalty minutes, which is 5 minors last year. Could have had more. He really did develop a mean streak. I'm sad. I wish Nick Robertson nothing but the best, and I wish the success that he's going to have in Pittsburgh, because you know he's going to have it, I wish he had it here. But it's not happening. He's a left shot. They have too many left shots. They're probably looking for a more whole player who can do some other things at both ends of the ice. But Pittsburgh Penguins fans, you're going to get a player who never takes a night off. His skating has improved. He's tenacious, and he's got one hell of a shot. Where does this leave the Leafs now? Their right side was already looking real skint, and it just got worse. They got William Nylander. Hey, you know, that's always pretty good. Easton Cowan can play left or right, but then you're putting another left-handed shot on the right, which is fine. You can do it. And then, like, just looking at Puckpedia, which is not the be-all and end-all of anything, like, right now, this lineup includes Ryan Swerberg, Steven Lorentz is on the left. He can play the right. Michael Pezzetta is their fourth-line right winger right now. Oh, and it's got Nyes on the right, which I don't think he did very much at all last year or at any point in his Leaf tenure. This is very interesting because we're hearing Zach Werenski to the Leafs in a trade. The Leafs are going to try to sign Sergei Bobrovsky, apparently. But the biggest need that I see in this group is an abundance of forwards, unless they're going to graduate a ton of guys from the Marlies, which is definitely a possibility. What do you think of this trade? Leafs fans, Penguins fans, I'm asking you both. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. We are just churning out videos on the SDPN YouTube channel. You have to subscribe today. And we're going to do a live stream sometime between 4:30 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to go for at least an hour. Knowing us, it'll be 2. We don't know how to shut up.